In today's show, we take a look at Tuesday in the NBA, some streaming options, and Michael Bolton.
Thanks, Josh. It's Michael Bolton here, and it's time for another episode of the Locked On Fantasy Basketball Podcast. Let's get to it.
Let's get to it, indeed.
You are Locked On Fantasy Basketball, your daily fantasy basketball podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network.
Hello and welcome to the Locked On Fantasy Basketball Podcast, brought to you by Basketball Monster. My name is Josh Lloyd and I am the lead fantasy analyst at basketballmonster.com and at Yahoo Sports Australia. And you can find me on Twitter, as always, at redrock_bball and on Instagram at Locked On Fantasy Basketball. Today's episode is brought to you by NBA Top Shot. NBA Top Shot is the future of being an NBA fan. Own officially licensed rare NFTs of the greatest moments from NBA history. Start today at lockedon.nbatopshot.com. Thank you for making Locked On Fantasy Basketball your first listen every day. We are free and available on all platforms. Here we are, ready for Tuesday. It's a good streaming day, 5 games on. So we've got to be really paying attention to who we add. Of course, we're paying attention to what happens the rest of the week, how the schedules line up. We'll talk about that at the back end of this show as well. So, Warnie?
Let's get it on, Gilly.
Let's start with points leagues. Who are we streaming in the old Yahoo Points League format? Kyle Kuzma's out again in Washington, so Denny Avdia has been producing at a pretty good level, I would say. I reckon that's fair enough to say. And there's going to be ups and downs with him for sure, in terms of how the minutes sometimes get distributed. But he's a good option. In LA, well, there's some positive news. Anthony Davis is ruled doubtful. That means he's not going to play, but it might mean that his return's coming pretty soon, which is a shock to see him back. Considering where the Lakers' season is going, I guess they're desperate to try and get to the play-in. Yeah, it's pretty weird to see Anthony Davis upgraded. He won't play Tuesday. Maybe he's back Thursday. Maybe he won't play both Thursday, Friday, surely. But there's a chance he could be back this week. But he's doubtful, and LeBron is also doubtful for Tuesday's game. So, Dwight Howard. All right, big opportunity for Dwight. He played big minutes the last 2 games, and another big opportunity here. Alex Caruso in Chicago. We've talked about the Bulls having a good schedule. You got time, maybe, or maybe not, to add for Monday. I think this show's going to come out after lock, but we've talked about that enough. But you're still going to get Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday out of Caruso, so he's a good add. Hartenstein, I talked about him on the Buy Low, Sell High show earlier today, how dominating he's been. And they have a great schedule. They've got the Tuesday, Thursday combination. Some other Clippers news, Paul George might return towards the end of this week. I would expect still on a heavy minutes limit. He's still doing some practices and going through 5-on-5s. We don't know for sure, but it looks like he might be available to return at some point this week as well. So if you do have remember, it is risky with Anthony Davis and Paul George to grab them if you're going to cop zeros in finals week. And they might come back Saturday or Sunday. It's very risky. It could pay off, but it might blow up in your face. If you've got open IL slots, then it's obvious. But it is very risky. Malik Monk, yeah, LeBron's out, so great opportunity for him. Killian Hayes, we love the combination, the Tuesday, Thursday for him. Last game was foul trouble, so hopefully he pushes 30 again. Reggie Bullock, we know it's all over the shop in terms of production for him, but the starting role's there always. Carmelo Anthony, I guess with LeBron out, he can be an option for us. Terrence Mann and Corey Kispert, some other solid enough options in Yahoo Points Leagues that you can stream in. On ESPN, a lot of this names similar as we talk about a lot, but Caruso, Hartenstein, Avdia, Monk, Dwight Howard. KCP's available in over 70% of leagues on ESPN. I don't know why, but he should be rostered. And, streamed in for Tuesday, but rostered anyway. Finney Smith's available in 78% of leagues on ESPN. That seems like way too many to me. Not saying he's a great player, but Jesus Christ, that needs to be changed. Reggie Bullock, Corey Kispert, the upside for those guys is high. They can shit the bed, obviously, as we've seen over the last week. But big games from them on Sunday. They should be big options for Tuesday. And then, of course, Dwight Powell, who's been just chugging along. Probably less upside than, say, a Kispert or a Bullock. But enough value that you can consider him as an option. Guys, NBA Top Shot. It's here. It's the officially licensed NFT of the NBA. Helps you connect with a passionate community of NBA fans to help build your collection of your favorite moments from NBA history. It's the future of what being an NBA fan looks like. It's part trading card, part stock market, part fantasy sports with a built-in loyalty program as well. NBA Top Shot has evolved trading cards and made it easier to buy, sell, and trade by removing the hassle of card grading, shoeboxes, and binders. You hear all the time, like, why would I want to buy a highlight that I could just watch for free on YouTube? Well, it's not just about watching a highlight. It's about having ownership in the stock market of the NBA's greatest moments. And owning NBA Top Shot moments can get you access to unbuyable, once-in-a-lifetime experience. Last year, they flew out people who collected Phoenix Suns moments to Game 5 of the NBA Finals. If you sign up for NBA Top Shot today, the best way to start is getting yourself a starter pack. You could pull a moment from a superstar like KD, Devin Booker, LeBron, or rookies like Cade Cunningham or Evan Mobley for $9. So, head over to lockedon.nbatopshot.com to start building your collection today. TrueBill. We know that subscription scams are a pain in the ass. Things renewing without your consent, business scamming to get your money. TrueBill is that new app that helps you identify and stop paying for subscriptions that you don't need, want, or simply forgot about. On average, people save up to $720 a year with TrueBill. Because companies make subscriptions hard to cancel, TrueBill makes it incredibly simple. Just link your accounts and TrueBill will cancel your unwanted subscription in one tap. And your TrueBill concierge is there when you need them to cancel unwanted subscriptions so you don't have to. Don't fall for subscription scams. Start canceling today at truebill.com/lockedonnba. Go right now. That's truebill.com/lockedonnba. It could save you thousands a year. Truebill.com/lockedonnba. Let's go across to category leagues. What are we doing in the points category? Well, two names that I've talked about a lot here already, Corey Kispert and Reggie Bullock. They do have value as options for those categories because they do have some pretty high upside there. We saw that on Sunday. We saw them really pop off for some big numbers. Yeah, they're good. The next one's where I have the issue. Theoretically, Rui Hachimura should be a good stream for points. He doesn't do anything else. He's probably going to get the start with Kuzma out. But it's been an exercise in futility, streaming him in for those last 3 games. Can he do it again? Like, can he be shithouse again? Can he be better? I do think he can have a pop-off scoring game. I think that's possible, but it is risky. You got the Dwight Powell and Dwight Howard, starting centers, minutes up for Howard. Powell's got a solid role. They can be helpful in the points category. Then you go to the man who recently had his 2-way contract converted, the Farmers Union, Amir Coffey. He's got a great opportunity in LA as well, at least until Paul George is back. Luke Kennard can be a scorer there. He's been a bit inconsistent, as all the Clippers players have, we know. Isaiah Hartenstein's got some good value there. And I get to hit this one again.
Let's get it on, Gilly.
Anthony Gill's been playing for Washington. He's been getting minutes. 23 and 21 minutes the last 2 games. Could get 20 again here with the absence of Kuzma. And Gill can, like, this is deep leagues. Like, he's rostered nowhere. Like, you can use Anthony Gill in deeper formats and get something out of him. And another wizard, Thomas Satoransky, who, again, inexplicably is playing starters minutes now. They've taken Holneto out of the rotation and they're starting Satoransky. I don't get it, but that's what they're doing. So there's value in that. For threes, a lot of the names will repeat here. Kispert, Bullock, Kennard, chuck in Georgie Niang. That's all he does is bang threes. Paddy Connaughton, even though Drew and Giannis are healthy. Grayson Allen. These are guys that can get you 2 to 3 triples pretty easily, as Obi's begging me to pick him up. DJ Augustin probably gets some extra opportunities with LeBron out. He's not going to do much, but he can hit some threes. Amir Coffey, Kobe White, that's his role. 3 threes in 19 minutes is not crazy for Kobe. And Maxi Kleber, the biggest feast or famine player basically in the NBA. It's either 5 threes and 5 blocks or absolutely nothing at all. And that seems to be what he does. For rebounds, some really easy ones here. Dwight Howard, easy. Wenyen Gabriel, last game got into foul trouble. There are some minutes obviously available for him without LeBron there. He'd been starting regardless. Maxi Kleber, Dwight Powell, Isaiah Hartenstein, some really good rebound options. And then it gets a little iffy. Reggie Bullock, not a good rebounder, but the minutes are there. Anthony Gill, Tristan Thompson. He might have 6 or 7. And his schedule's great. Hachimura and the corpse of DeAndre Jordan. For assists, some real obvious ones at the top. Killian Hayes, Ish Smith, Thomas Satoransky, and Goran Dragic. If you need assists, that's where you got to go. After that, there's not much. Hartenstein's been getting some good assist numbers, but I don't trust that. DJ Augustin, maybe. Corey Joseph, but he might only play 20 minutes. Luke Kennard, Taylor Horton Tucker, Stan Bloody Johnson. Like, he's going to get more minutes, Stanley. He could have 7 assists very easily. But I don't trust it to be a 3 or 4 assist night from him. The upside is there. But there are some flyer types like Horton, Tucker, and Johnson with LeBron out that could have that sort of value maybe into the steals, into the assist category. For steals, you've got Hayes and Satoransky again. They can be really good options. Get you 2 or 3 steals there. Block, yeah, he's a 1 to 2 steals player. Gabriel and Hartenstein, not as high on those because Hartenstein's steals recently have been up though. Hachimura, look, this is where we get really iffy. Like, he just doesn't get them, but he's probably going to get enough minutes. Ish Smith, Josh Green, he's an upside steals guy. Dwight Howard and Goran Dragic again, scraping the bottom of the barrel. For blocks, I like a couple of these guys here: Hartenstein, Gafford, Muxie Kleber, Dwighty Howard, Wenyen Gabriel. And then we go to Killian Hayes, Anthony Gill, Corey Kispert, Nicky Claxton. Whether they play Claxton or Aldridge or both, I don't know, as the backup behind Drummond. And Dan Green, of course. If I'm looking for parts for my car, which I'm not, but if I was, I'd be going straight to rockauto.com. I wouldn't bother with going to a local chain auto parts store. It's a waste of my time and money. Why would I spend 30, 50, even 100% more for the same parts for my car? Rock Auto is an online family business serving auto parts customers for over 20 years. So whether it's brake parts or tail lamps, motor oil, or even new carpet, Rock Auto is everything that you need for your car or truck. So head to rockauto.com and check all of those parts available for your car or truck. And in there, how did you hear about us box right locked on, so that they know that we sent you. Amazing selection, reliably low prices, all the parts your car will ever need. rockauto.com. Oh, I relented. Obi's up on my lap now, as you can see if you're watching this on video. Let's go to talk about the percentage categories now for Tuesday in the NBA. The 2 Dwights again, Dwight Powell, Dwight Howard, really good field goal percentage options. Dan Gafford, Isaiah Hartenstein, even DeAndre Jordan, as ridiculously bad as he is, he's got value. And then it gets a little rough, but still, Claxton, Gill, Thompson, that's Tristan, they can all help your field goal percentage category. Even someone like Javonte Green, and maybe Rui Hachimura, but you do have quite a few options to try and bolster your field goal percentage on Tuesday's action. For free throws, again, quite a few guys that can actually influence that category. You've got Amir Coffey, DJ Augustin, George Hill, Corey Joseph, Austin Reeves, Luke Kennard, Kobe White, Corey Kispert, Reggie Bullock, and Tomas Satoransky. Now, Wednesday's a busy day, 11 games in the NBA. So looking for Tuesday, Wednesday back-to-backs, I think is futile, because whatever spud you pick up off the waiver wire on Wednesday, they're just going to sit on your bench. So a back-to-back sounds sick, except it's useless. It's a one-game stream. What you want is who plays Tuesday, Thursday, so you can actually use them both days. Now, completely ignore that if you do have an open, active roster spot on Wednesday. If you've got that open, active roster spot, then sure. The majority of people won't. So we're looking at Tuesday, Thursday. Who's the combo there, and which guys can we add? Well, I'm here to tell you some guys that are available. Look at the Clippers. You've got Isaiah Hartenstein, Amir Coffey, Luke Kennard, Nico Batum. If Terrence Mann's there, Marcus Morris, Reggie Jackson. If it's a Zubats, if any of these guys are available, Clippers have got this. Killian Hayes for the Pistons. So we're looking at Pistons players. Marvin Bagley, Killian Hayes. I expect Jeremy Grant to be out of these, but Corey Joseph? Yeah, sure. Why not? The Nets have the Tuesday, Thursday. Goran Dragic, Nick Claxton. If they decide to play LaMarcus Aldridge, if for some reason Bruce Brown Jr. is available, we stream those guys in. The Bucks have it, so Paddy Connaughton, Grayson Allen, Georgie Hill maybe, Serge Ibaka. If someone dropped Bob Portis, he's got value across these 2 games. And the Lakers have it as well. Dwight Howard, Malik Monk, Austin Reeves. Now, yes, on Thursday, literally Anthony Davis and LeBron James might play, really killing the value of Dwight or Monk or Stan Johnson or Horton Tucker or Gabriel or any of those blokes. They might be completely done. But there's a chance that LeBron or Davis don't play on Thursday. So it's a calculated risk. You're safer with getting a Clippers guy or a Pistons guy or a Bucks player or one of those guys, or a Bulls player. But there is some value in those Lakers if you are in a situation where you got to take that risk. And that will do it for me today. Don't forget to follow this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, and on the Odyssey app. If you are here on YouTube, thumb it up. Give a thumb up for Obi as well. And leave your comments down below. Guys, we are done here. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. See ya.